Hello and welcome to How Not to Play Magic the Gathering. Let's see, today I'm actually going to run a standard event. So we're going to pop in some gold here and see how well my dino deck does. If I can get up to 5 wins, I will get my money back. So that is what I'm shooting for. So this is the dino deck that I've built for the Concepts series. Let's see how well it does. So basically we've got Lore Keeper, Dart Frog, Topiary Stomper, Hulking Raptor, all of this ramping up into Bonehorde Dracosaur, Atali, Earthshaker Dreadmaw, and the like. So let's see what we do. Alrighty, well, we've got enough mana to get to our first bit of ramp, so I think we are good to go. We're going to want to ramp into Dart Frog and Topiary Stomper. Hopefully opponent's not too aggro, but we do have some removal to take care of that. So, opponent is on aggro, so that does kind of pause me a little bit. Red-green aggro, though. That's a new one by me. Japanese scan. Alright. Alright, so I think we can drop its Quint and swing in. He may or may not block. Next turn, he is getting a 2-2 that he can attack with, so that'd be 4 damage plus whatever he's got in hand. I think I need to pop my dino. I don't think I'm going to attack with him, though, because I think I'd rather hold him as a blocker than Ancestral Anger gains trample and +1, draw a card. Okay, so if I still think I make this trade, honestly. Well, that one will go away at the end of turn, so maybe I just take the 3. I'm gonna end up taking the 3 anyway. I did stop the rest of his assault though, so I mean, okay. I cast Topiary Stomper here. Alright, let's go ahead and get some ramp in. I still don't think I attack. I can't block with the Topiary Stomper, so chances are he just kind of burns out its Quint here. But that gives me a 4-strike chomp. Alright. Let's go ahead and chomp the infantry. Play our Dart Frog. No attacks. I might be able to Dracosaur next turn. He obviously has some kind of trick in his hand. So I don't really care if Insquint dies because I've got another one. So yep, he does have the combat trick, which I did know that he did. He might sacrifice a Japanese Scamp here just to kill the Dart Frog, which honestly wouldn't be a bad idea. He does not. Alright. Let's go for the Dracosaur. That's going to be my best play. The first strike will help me take out some attackers. And its ability will start netting me some card advantage that my opponent might be lacking. No attacks. Alright. So I can either do Raptor or Carnosaur here. I think we go for the Carnosaur. Let's go ahead and pop my treasure for it, I think. I think I'd rather keep the Frog up as a potential blocker. We'll get another Topiary Stomper. Amazing. Doesn't do a whole lot at the moment, but get me a land. But that might be all I need. We'll go ahead and swing with the 5 in the air. I do have Carnosaur on defense. If he kills it, honestly, I don't care because I've got another one. Alright, we have successfully stalled out my opponent here. We'll go ahead and play our land. Might as well play Lorekeeper 2. But I think... Oh, we now have 7 lands, so Stomper is online. So I think we'll go to combat. We'll just go ahead, swing out, see what opponent's got. I do have Carnosaur and Monstrosaur and another Raptor, like, all in the wings waiting for him. So I'm okay with this. Whatever opponent blocks with, he's going to lose. So this is all about opponent trying to do the math to try and stay alive. So he is just making some chump blocks here. So we will do what damage we can. Opponent's down to 3 life. 3 damage to creature or planeswalker, so not quite. So let's just go ahead and play Carnosaur number 2 into Ixali's Lorekeeper. We might as well cast this one too, otherwise we're gonna lose it. I do have 2 mana off the Dart Frog, but I think we'll just go ahead and pass the turn here. And unless opponent has a board wipe, we've pretty much got this one in the bag. Oh, this is... I do have some big stuff in hand, but no green, so I think I'm gonna have to mulligan this one. Alright, this is a little better. I don't have any of my ramp, but I do have Bristleback. I think... we definitely keep this. I think I'm gonna have to tuck Atali, though. He really doesn't do a whole lot for me in this instance. But with the Bristleback, I do have the 4 mana I need to get to Raptor. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some basics and hope I get there. And hope I get there. Might as well go ahead and force cycle this now because I know I'm going to. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my ramp this turn. It looks like opponent might be on some kind of control plan, which does not bode well for me, because as we saw in our little diagram, control is strong against midrange. They got temporary lockdown. Yep, that is a very big control card, especially against aggro. So chances are likely there's a counter spell here waiting for my hulking raptor. But I gotta at least try it. It lands! Alright! I was not expecting that. Oh, because he's got a kill spell. Alright. Try for the frog, and that's gonna hit a counter. No counter spell. Alright. I don't really need to grow the frog. I just need to find a land. There we go.
I hope you're ready to lose. Guards, to me!
Oh yeah, I am definitely ready to lose this game. I don't really know how I beat control.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
This is gonna look weird, but I honestly think I discard Carnosaur to shoot down Wandering Emperor.
I still have much to learn.
Do I shoot down the Samurai too? I think we'll keep that option. Two more cards, probably counter spells. Sure, let's go for it. Go for Dracosaur. That'll definitely net out a counter spell if he's got one. Doesn't. Maybe I should have gone with the Tali that turn. Oh well. Derision Mindbreaker. Awesome. Alright, that's what he had. Yep, there goes half my deck. The opponent is now tapped out, so got another board wipe. I think we'll keep it on top, just because it's something. And that's going to be the mill win.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh.
Oh well.
Always loses.
I mean, I wasn't winning against control anyway.
I will shatter your mind. Phyrexia's plans are already in motion.
Alright. Alright, we've got a Tali in hand again. I guess we can keep this. I don't have any of my ramps, but I do have some of my early game creatures. Speaking of ramp, there we are. do I frill back? I could wait and frill back next turn. I think I'm going to go with Insquint this time. I might as well go ahead and swing with both. I'm not going to be blocking with them. Alright, so he's going to get a +1 counter on whatever creature he casts this turn, which is probably going to have haste. Oh, buddy, was not expecting that. But that's certainly not as bad as it could have been. Alright, so we just took 4 damage. Let's tap you for green. For Tranquil Whirl back, we will go ahead and pay green to regain 4 life. Then I don't think we'll attack anymore for right now. We do want to keep back some defense because he's got that guy plus that Ronin that he's been beating me with. So, or Godric, sure. Yeah, that's a lot of damage that I can't really do anything about right now. Alright. So I've only got 5 mana. I can't really do anything. Let's go ahead and chomp Godric. And I think we pass here. So am I going to want the mountain or the forest? Do I want the 6/5 trample or the 5/5 plus the 3/3? Well, the Seismic Monster Store I could cast next turn if I forest cycle this turn. So I think that's gonna be my plan. Let's go ahead and grab the forest. That flyer's gonna kill me regardless. Alright, that can stop the flyer. So we are definitely going to Dart Frog here and hope that he survives. I probably could have attacked in there with like the Frillback or with Insquint, but I think I'm still on defense right now. I haven't quite turned the corner yet. Another Devastator. Okay, that is devastating. So, I mean, I have to block the bigger one here. Unfortunately, my Dart Frog is summoning 6, so I can't use him to make mana, but I can at least kill one of them. Humano puts me in lethal next turn. So I have to find a way to kill that Devastator now. And that doesn't do it. And Atali finds a Trumpeting Carnosaur, which I would have liked to have drawn because I'd rather discard it, but I don't know. Nope, doesn't do it. I still die to the flyers. Oh well. Oh Jesus, he had another Godric too. Yeah, I was just dead all kinds of ways. Yep, I was just dead 6 ways from Sunday on that one. All right. This hand actually looks bad because I've only got green, but I do have my Dart Frog and Stomper, which can both get me any color I want. So we are going to go ahead and keep this. And we are looking to go Dart Frog into Stomper. And opponent is on aggro, so I might just be dead. Alright, they are definitely bringing the pain. There's something to be said for casting Itzquint here. If I had the red, I might do that just to stop his initial assault. But I don't have red, so I have to cast Dart Frog. And hopefully I survive long enough. Does not look like it's gonna happen, though. Dang, opponent is curving hard here. Alright, let's throw down a 6/6, see if he still wants to attack. That's gonna be a yes. So yeah, I think we'll definitely trade with Godric here. I mean, it sucks that I'm losing the Hammer Skull, but... And he has another one. Oh, Jesus, he's got everything. Alright, well, yeah, that's just the mono red aggro nut draw there. Yeah, I wasn't surviving that anyway. No, that wasn't fun. Ban mono red aggro. It sucks. Yeah, 1 win. 50 gems. Alright, that was not worth it. Unless you are net decking tier decks or just playing mono red aggro, stay the f out of this event. Let's just do some regular matches then, shall we? Alright, well, we do have our turn 1 ramp. We might actually make it up to Dreadmaw mana. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So yes, we will Lord Keeper on 1. Next turn, we might be able to Itzquint into Triumphant Chomp. Opponent looks like they're on white, black. Reanimate. Oh no! They killed my Ramper. Alright, well, it looks like we're going into Itzquint and doing this the hard way. White, black, I'm thinking it's some kind of reanimator plan. There's no need to force cycle yet, so... I mean, I'm only 1 mana away from Dreadmaw. So he does get Memory of Toshiro, which is a 2/3, which does unfortunately stop my attack. So I can frill back here, destroy artifact or enchantment that is an enchantment. Then I can save my chomp for later. So let's frill back. We will pay the extra green to destroy artifact or enchantment. Swing in for 2. And so that's the versatility. Without that on there, I would have had to have used Triumphant Chomp to kill it. And so that would have been using extra cards that maybe I didn't want to use. So here we've got 5 mana plus Topiary Stomper, makes 6 for Dreadmaw next turn. Maybe I should have attacked first, but you know what? I was just so happy that I'm going to get another mountain here that I just kind of jumped the gun. So opponent is on white-black. He does have a lot of removal at his disposal. It's very likely he might have some way of dealing with my big threats, but it doesn't look like he's using it quite yet. Alright, so they are going to make me pick cards to go into hand or cards that go into the graveyard. Generally, whatever they pick face up is going to be the better one. I don't like that Lily in there, though. But I'm about to draw a whole bunch of cards. But I know what he's got in hand at this point. So I think we just let him take the Lily. We know what he has in hand. If he makes me discard a card, not really that big a deal. I can discard the Bristleback. Chomp can unfortunately only hit creatures, but that would get rid of his Rusting. And I'm about to draw a bunch more cards with Dreadmaw. So I'm not terribly afraid of Lily. Okay, so he wants the extra tokens off of Rusting here. So I think we go ahead and chomp that. Of note, I could have force cycled the Bristleback for my 7th land to turn on Topiary Stomper, but I want to have something in my hand to discard for Lily, so that's why I didn't do that. If I would realize the opponent was that low on life, I might have done it anyway. So he is going for chump blockers here, does not get it, and he does still have Liliana mana. Wandering Emperor, very nice.
I'm not overconfident.
So he can get rid of
just
one of
underwhelming.
my tapped critters. He can make a Samurai for a blocker. Or he
We've
can make
got
a
the
2/5
edge in
blocker.
this fight.
I think I like cycling now. Now that I know Lily's not an option, we'll go ahead and cycle him, get the forest put down so that Stomper can attack. Honestly, we just go to combat, swing out at face. He can only block one of them, and the other 2 should be lethal. So yeah, we didn't even need Dreadmaw or Dracosaur. We got there just with our low end. Alright, I kind of like this hand. We don't really have a whole lot of ramp, but we are only 1 land away from Hulking Raptor, which we can get there with Monstrosaur if we need to. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep this hand. We can Insquith on 2, depending on what opponent does. They are getting mana. Alright. Let's go ahead and drop our Dino. We'll go ahead and swing out 2. Next turn, I can hit Nursery. So let's do Hidden Nursery. We'll go ahead and swing out. If he blocks, then I can chomp it post-combat. If he doesn't block, then I do 2 damage, and I'm happy with that too. Alright. The opponent's second color is blue. We saw some proliferate there. So it looks like they're on Merfolk Explore. They left Scatter Ray on top, counter artifact or creature spell. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop our Raptor. Might as well swing in, there's no reason not to, really. Alright, he's gonna kill my ramp. That's not very nice of him. So we're gonna Topiary Stomper instead of Lord Keeper for one very important reason. And that is so that Triumphant Chomp can do 4 damage, because I'm tired of that creature being on the field. Otherwise, Lore Keeper might have been the better play here to go into Monstrosaur next turn. But he does still have that counter spell in hand, I do believe, so I do want to watch out for that. So we're going to Lord Keeper Frillback just to get them out of my hand. We will go ahead and pay the green. I can exile his graveyard, but I don't necessarily think he's on a whole lot of graveyard recursion. So I think I'm going to gain the 4 life. Oh, he does care about creature cards in graveyard, though, so maybe exiling his graveyard would have been the better course. Another Wayfinder, alright. He's building back up. So I think we're going to go with the Hammer Skull here. If he's got that counter spell, he'll be tempted to throw it out on this because it is a big body. And so we are baiting that counter spell out. I unfortunately don't have 4 mana to spend on it. So it does get countered. But that does mean that these should be good. So I'm not going to attack into that 4 or 5. As we were talking about, big bodies blanking smaller bodies. So now I'm not attacking because he's got that 4 or 5 out there. Oh, he's got another removal spell. Alright. So he is killing the creature that can't do anything. Alright, opponent is tapped out, which means no more counter spells. They do bring a flyer back to hand, so that might prove problematic later. I get another Topiary Stomper. Great. I think we're gonna go with the Monstrosaur here. I could do Dreadmaw, but then I'll only draw 2 cards. Monstrosaur might be a little ambitious, but then I'll get to draw 3 off of the Dreadmaw. So that's what we're doing there. We're trying to make a better value play for next turn. And he is making his Gaia's Courser big enough to withstand the Monstrosaur's assault. And he's going to explore again to see if he can't make it into a 6/7. And he does. So Monstrosaur is not big enough anymore. It hurts, but I think I'm just going to let it through here. Let's go for Dreadmaw. Draw 3. Ooh, I do like Natali. And so we're going to go ahead and hang back still. That Courser is really big, and I don't like it. So we're not quite around the corner yet. We're kind of at the corner. We can kind of peek around the corner, but we haven't quite turned it yet. Whew. So he is keeping Serum Snare on top, which will bounce something. Now he's drawing it, but he has tapped out. So I think we'll go ahead and double block here. One of them will die. You know what? We'll go ahead and do it that way. 6. So yeah, still only one of them dies. Alright, let's go for Broke here. So we'll cast Natali. We will get to cast the first card off of both of our decks. For me, it's a Dart Frog. For him, it's unfortunately just an Honor. But, I mean, it makes a nice chump blocker, I suppose. Let's go ahead and attack with the Dreadmaw if he wants to chump block it, or trade with his Spelunker, I am okay with either option. Oh, he's going full value on it. So he's expecting some kind of combat trick. Not that I don't know what kind of combat trick I could have being all tapped out. But yeah, we'll take out the big guy. Not terribly worried about the flyer with the Dart Frog out. Plus, it's only 2 damage. And I've got a Natali, so I think I'm in pretty good shape here. He can still bounce it with the Serum Snare, which is extremely stupid because then I just get to cast it again. And yeah, he's basically giving up. Alright, that makes sense. So yeah, we had definitely turned the corner there at that point with Atali, because we can either attack with the 7/7 or we could actually have the mana to transform it into Primal Sickness, which can just straight up kill him with poison counters. So, yeah, definitely we were on the attack there. We had the Dart Frog to block flyers. We had a decent ground force plus another Earthshaker in hand. So with all the heavy hitters that we've got from this point on out, that's the strength in a mid-range strategy, is turning that corner, having all of this late game heavy hitters with your Atalis, with your Dreadmaws. I mean, I had a Dreadmaw and a Monstrosaur out, easily took care of his board. So, I mean, definitely that late game grind certainly, you know, can put your mid-range decks over the top. Alright, so I do have my ramp in Ixali's Lorekeeper. I could do Hammer Skull on 2. That seems like a pretty good plan. And if I draw something else, then, I mean, that's even better, right? So let's start off with our Lorekeeper plan. It looks like opponent did mulligan down to 6. So we'll see what they are on. Yeah, let's go ahead. Hammer Skull on 2. We've got Raptor on 3. Into Monstrosaur on 4. So yeah, I am definitely happy with this hand. So let's go ahead and drop Hulking Raptor. Now that I have another dinosaur on the field, Hammer Skull will untap next turn. So I've already got 11 power on the board, and opponent hasn't really done anything yet. Alright, actually that was a mistake. I should have done Nursery here because I've already got enough mana for Monstrosaur with the Lorekeeper. Let's go ahead and do Hulking Raptor. Now let's go ahead and drop the Monstrosaur. Might as well. I've got the mana up for him. We'll go ahead and swing out. He can double block the Raptor to kill it with the Dragon Engine, but he just wants to chump the Hammer Skull, which, I mean, definitely is. Oh, very nice. He's got the Mishra Planeswalker. Oh, that is awesome. But I don't think it's good enough. Because we are just going to jam out with 12, 17 power worth of dinos. So he is going to have to chump away his combo. And that is probably the quickest dinosaur win I have ever had. Yeah. We can see that the early game ramp into our big heavy hitters, we didn't even make it all the way up our curve. And yeah, that was just a beautiful, beautiful game. Alright, this hand is going back. If even one of those was a forest, I'd go ahead and keep Insquit into Pugnacious Hammer Skull, but with it being all red, even if one of these was a forest cycler, I would have kept but I just can't do anything with that hand. So we are going to go ahead and ship it back into triple Lore Keeper. Oh my god. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put one of those back in because I don't need that much ramp. But I do have all ramp in hand, so chances of me getting even more ramp into my late game finishers is pretty good if I can make it there. Alright, you go, buddy. I think we'll just go Lore Keeper again. He is keeping me off my ramp, but he's not really keeping me off my curve. Yep, Bolt the Bird is a very solid strategy. Let's go with Topiary Stomper here. Hammer Skull, I like it. Alright, so we've got a dino that we can attack with now. Alright, maybe not. Mono, huh? Alright, didn't really see that coming. I do have Stomper next turn. And so he's gonna kill it this turn. Not a bad plan. So we did draw into a dino, so that means Hammer Skull is good to attack. Maybe I should have kept him back on defense. I don't know. But opponent looks like they've got a lot of tricks up their sleeve. So getting some damage in while I can might not be a bad idea. Thankfully, however, they do appear to be a little mana screwed. So that is definitely helping me out. I mean, I have to block here, right? Okay, I don't have to block here. But I do think blocking here is correct. Giving the frog Death Touch kills his flyer. So we can Hammer Skull, we can actually Dreadmaw 2 to help refill our hand. Swinging here, trades with the Scalding Viper. Might be worth it. We'll see how much they value the Viper. Alright, another Spear Guard doesn't really do a whole lot. Another Commando. Looks like they are on a red-blue aggro deck of sorts. So they've got a whole lot of small things and combat tricks that they're hoping to win with through just advantageous combat interactions. So he is just going to chump block the one without trample. 7. So So we'll just go ahead and hard cast Bristleback. That gives me a 5/5 plus a 3/3 to work with. So I still have blockers even after turning the corner into attacking. And so hopefully my high-end beat sticks can help close out this game. And yeah, opponent just doesn't have the bodies on the field to really combat that kind of power. Alright, so that is going to be my Dinos mid-range deck for my Concepts series. Put in the comments below which of these games you think might be the best one to showcase the mid-range strategy, focusing on keeping your cards versatile, having a top end that can be a hard counter to either aggro or control, ramping into those larger spells, multi-purpose removal spells. We didn't actually get to see Itzquint do his thing, but we did get to see Chomp, Frillback, and even some Carnosaur damage there. Granted, that was in the one that I lost. But anyway, the early game tempo and defense going into the late game card grind and turning the corner once you get that bigger board to overwhelm your opponent. So let me know in the comments below which game you think is the best showcase of the mid-range deck strategy. While you're down there, go ahead and hit a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. The entire Concept series, my beginner's guide to Arena, and my just general how not to play drafts and whatnot. Also, catch me on stream live at 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. Link in the description below. So after you've done all that, I'll have fun with the videos, and I'll see you in the next one.